to keep it so low-key. Only a handful of people knew about this. But we've had countless of meetings with UEFA the last 2 years already. Working towards this moment, they put me in charge for all the music for the Euro 2020 tournament. Frank, George and I have been working very hard the last couple of months on making an orchestra version of the song I did for UEFA. The whole process has, I don't want to use the word stressful, but you always have in the back of your head what it's going to be used for, and the final game will be watched more than 600 million times for one game, and they're going to use the soundtrack when the players walk on the field, whenever they score a goal, in the commercial breaks, and to be able to make the music for such a huge tournament, that to me, my brain is...
Ja, iedereen klaar? Ja.
It's a piece written by Martijn and Giorgio, and I made all the orchestration and variations in a symphonic way.
I make a lot of music together with Giorgio. He's an amazing classically trained piano player, and I have all these crazy melody chord progressions in my head, and just to be in the studio with him, we connect on such a crazy level. We can have one day, and I'm not exaggerating, in like 2 hours we have 5 completely unique different themes for a song.
I mean, Martijn is like a creative genius and a visionary. You know, like he has so many different ideas. You know, and I can sometimes translate his feeling, his vision, and his thoughts. You know, in music. You know, in chords and in melodies. So the creative process was really amazing. It was really wonderful. So it started with an initial melodic idea, you know, and then we translated this into chords. Then arrangement came. We found the artist, and that's how it slowly took shape.
George and I, we just did what felt good. We looked at games. We looked at like the emotion that is, because there's so much emotion during those tournaments, and it's very special to work with it together.
To see everything come to life, you know, what we've been creating all these months, is definitely a dream come true. Yeah.
I'm grateful we got to do today. I had goosebumps 95% of the time, and the only time I didn't have goosebumps was whenever they had a break in between recording. And very grateful. Bizar om hier te staan en een ideetje wat begint als zoiets kleins met een gitaar en een piano, om dan door zoveel getalenteerde, ongelooflijke, fantastische mensen als jullie te horen. En ja, het is een droom. Dankjewel.
Summer nights, all aligned, as we drown in the moonlight. We collide in plain sight. Yeah, I know we'll be alright. And we come alive, we running out with strangers.
So we are in Lyon for the balloon festival. I've never been in a hot air balloon before, and it's one of the craziest things I've ever done in my life. So cool.
Sleep, 'cause I'm already dreaming, say you'll never leave, because I love the feeling, find myself awake at night, see you through my lucid eyes. Oh, I don't need no sleep, 'cause I'm already dreaming.
in Bucharest for the Euro 2020 final draw. This is the biggest thing I've ever been honored to be part of in my life. It's crazy. We're at the Euro 2020 UEFA final draw, where it's going to be announced to the whole world, basically, that that I've been part of this project. We're going to introduce a small little tiny snippet of the song, and it's just crazy. I've watched this on TV myself, and then being here at the rehearsals, it's I have goosebumps the whole time. It's so sick. It's like what you always see on TV, but then in real life, which is kind of what it is, but it's fucking sick. We're gonna start with the rehearsals today, and then later tonight we have the real deal, and I'm really nervous for the rehearsals.
Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us here in Bucharest this evening, and we look forward, of course, to hearing the official song next year. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Garrix.
So this is the song, like a small part of the song. This is what we recorded with the orchestra, and then 1.5 months ago we sent in everything, all the final parts, and then it was done for me. And then being here, seeing it being used at the final draw, it's crazy. So Louis and I, we woke up with the same pimple this morning. I have it here somewhere. Here, yeah, this one. Louis has the exact same. That's when you know you are connected.
Oh, I was hiding from the pain, but now I'm tired.
Thank you very much.
Felt like the gods forgot my name.
Fijn push-up. Push-up. Dit is geen push-up. Nog eentje, laatste. Ik heb een klap. Ja.
Well, the reason I started working out again is because I saw the Martin Garrix show and the comments, and you guys said I was fat. So, watch this episode. No, I'll lose some weight again. Born ready. No, I'm playing it all cool, but I'm kind of nervous. Thank you.
Zo, ben je klaar voor?
Ben jij klaar voor? Let's get dressed.
Zo het podium op.
I don't remember the last time I had a suit on. Maybe the MTV. Was it MTV? It was MTV. I'm getting a little nervous because it's 200 million people who are gonna watch. But yeah, as long as I don't say anything stupid, as long as I don't fall off the stairs on the stage, I'll be fine. Is it lekker? Lekker Nederlands praten.
Lekker is het, hè? Ja.
And here he is, the man himself. Please welcome on stage, Martin Garrix. Welcome, Martin, looking sharp.
Thank you. Same to you.
What does it mean to you to be the official music artist of Euro 2020?
Whenever you're on stage or whenever you're playing the sport or whenever you're in the crowd and your country scores a goal, it's that moment that we live for. And I try to capture that moment, capture that feeling, put it in a song, and I'm very excited.
Thank you. The countdown is on. Martin, it's such a pleasure to have you with us here in Bucharest tonight, and we can't wait to hear the official track. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Garrix. Now, UEFA Euro 2020 will kick off in Rome in June next year. A grand total of 51 matches will be played across 12 host cities, culminating in the final in London at Wembley Stadium a month later in July.
So sick. It was crazy. I hope I didn't sound like a nervous little kid. Frank did amazing. Very excited. I'm really happy with the pool that the Netherlands are in. There's one pool that I don't think any country would want to be in, which is Pool F. Guys, cheers. Thank you so much. It's an absolute honor, and this is the start of a very epic 2020. Let's go! The craziest thing is I had this chord progression laying around. It felt really euphoric, really uplifting. And when we had the first meeting ever with UEFA, they came to Amsterdam to give us the presentation, the pitch, like, hey, this is what we would need. This is like when the delivery dates would be. This is the idea. It should be about uniting people, etc., etc. And during that meeting, or at the end of the meeting, I was like, guys, I'm really excited. And I'm gonna make a lot of new ideas, but I actually think one of the chord progressions ideas that I just made will fit the tournament perfectly. And then we tried many different ideas in the following months, but we kept coming back to the chord progression I played at the meeting, and that's the chord progression that is now we used for everything. So it's always trust your gut feeling. So time for the after party. We're gonna do a Mario Kart tournament. I feel very rested. Nice. Slept like 2 hours. 2019 for me was a crazy year. It had a lot of highs, a lot of lows, but I think looking back at 2019 I learned a lot, and I wouldn't want any small thing to be different. And it was crazy. I got to make a lot of beautiful music, which I'm gonna release very soon in 2020. The touring we did was crazy. Also on one leg, I look back at the episodes myself and I'm like, this is crazy, but I'm really proud. I'm really happy with the team I have around me, and I think 2020 is going to be even crazier.
Sundress with you on my arm. Take the coupe out the garage, pull the roof back, just me, you and the stars. Toast to the gods, she's a one, a masterpiece. She a drug at a fast release. Got me sprung, wrap the sheets, wake up, buck, and then we going back to sleep. Me and you on an island with the ocean color stuck in your iris. We comfortable in silence, but I prefer when we wildin'. Sundress, nothing underneath as we undress. You can look in my eyes, see I'm some mess. Couple of broken people trying to complete each other under one breath.
Oh, I'm so happy I played right now. I forgot to render the fucking kick drum.
The magic of Louis.
We're not the Swedish House Mafia, we are the French, Dutch, Italian connection.
Maybe I'll come up with the lyrics in a bit.
Okay. Remember to rest too, bro.
I'm gonna sleep for 200 hours.
And we stay in the moment. Don't look in the mirror, look into my eyes. When you see your reflection, you'll see what I like. You look in the morning.
Frank man.
That's the shit that I've got to work with right there.
150 BPM. So Damien, he had some really cool footage from the show yesterday. He forgot his SD card in the hotel room and now it's lost.
The world wouldn't know, but his house is actually under the canal. It's under the canal. I shouldn't have said that.
Just went in there and did a Phil Collins build. That's all they wanted, right?
Let's wrap up 2019 and look into 2020. There's going to be crazy things. Of course, the UEFA touring this year is going to be even crazier. And we're back home! For all the fans who've been watching this season, thanks so much for watching. I will never ever take anything for granted, and your support means the world to me, to Eldar, to the entire team. We read all the comments. It means a lot to us, and we're very excited for 2020.
It's all about love.